were too sweet for me until I stumbled along the river and fell in. The snake's back on his feet, walking down the street. He's coming for you, but baby, I'm coming too. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight for your love. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight for your love. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight for your love.
Hello, everybody. It is December 3rd, 2023. That's 12323. December 23rd, 2023. I am Drew.
I'm Tara.
This is America's #1 sports, sibling, entertainment, butthole buffoonery, Chicago-based. I think I'm missing one. Am I missing one? Huh? Sibling. Did I not say sibling? Pretty sure I said sibling.
So.
Sibling, sports, entertainment, sibling, sports, entertainment, butthole buffoonery, Chicago-based, top of the line podcast, back after a 3-week hiatus, the only hiatus we've ever had, 3 weeks long. This is MELLONfights. What is it, Tara?
Woo. It is MELLONfights.
MELLONfights. It's good to be back. It felt weird not doing it for 3 weeks. We missed a lot of stuff. We're not going to try to catch up or anything like that. There might be some things we have to go back and talk about because we need it.
Yeah.
We need to know. But we're not really going to do that too much. Hopefully this will be the last long hiatus we ever have. This is episode number 85. We are celebrating 85. We're celebrating Tara, born in 1985.
Mm-hmm.
Putting her on blast. She's old as fuck.
Yep.
You know,
I'm just gonna lean into it and love it and love being old.
you're old.
It's fine.
You're old. Until you,
Because this is what I'll say.
Mhm.
I'm way cooler than all these young shits.
yeah, the faster you can accept
So-
you accept it, the faster you realize that it's the meant to be. You can
Yes.
just go on living the rest of your
Yeah,
life.
because I work with some young people and it's like, whew, you're annoying.
Well, it's luck of the draw too. Because I have a lot of friends that are younger than me, and I like them a lot.
Well, they're nice too, but they're just also
Annoying.
Yes.
I'll let them all know.
It's-
Well, what about
Yeah, please
Miranda?
do. Well, Miranda's not that young.
She's not a young people?
No.
How young are we talking? Miranda, you're not.
I mean-
Miranda! Apparently you're not a young people. You're not young. Not even 30, she said, Tara.
I know, but
So how young are we talking?
well, Miranda's just wise and not
Okay.
because you're right. Some of the 29-year-olds I work with,
I'm talking
are
about 20-year-olds. I have a lot of 20 people in their 20s that are my friends.
20-somethings.
20-somethings, and they're pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, I'm talking about like early 20s.
Okay.
I worked with some early 20s this summer, and I just am like, wow.
I don't know.
Was I
man.
like that? I don't know if I was. I probably
No,
was. I
no.
know I was.
I was cool when I was 20. I may have been lazy, but I was fun. Like older people didn't mind having me around. Like we're chameleons. We can hang out with older people, younger people.
Sure.
I remember being in high school. I'd hang out inside sometimes with the parents and goof around with them and have a good time. I can
Yeah,
swing in
you
all.
just-
When you're good, you're good. When you're good, you're good.
And you can pretty much hang with anyone.
Anyone.
But the crazy thing is my friend who is my age that I work with, he showed me this little, I think it was a TikTok, and it was a mom asking her daughter like what she could and couldn't do and what was cool and just about like slangs and stuff. I had no clue
What they were.
what these kids were saying. I was like, what are they talking about? So it's like the even younger
It's so
kids are like so confusing.
It's so weird to me. Because when I was young, I wasn't that way, too.
No.
There wasn't like, I was never like, oh, parents are lame. I never felt that way.
No.
That's just that's the funny thing about it. People that talk like that are like the lamest people. Like when we were
Mhm.
young, we were never like, oh, our parents are lame because they're old. Like I actually liked when our parents were around. I thought they were
Yeah.
cool. We were lucky enough to kind of have cooler parents. And I didn't think other parents were like, oh, what lame asses. You know what's lamer? The lamest thing is to pretend like you want to know the terms. It's like, just don't
Yeah.
give a shit. Like, I never thought that. I never ever was like, old people are so uncool.
Well, then they were like giving their parents shit for using like cry laughing emojis. They're like, wait, what? You don't actually use those, do you? It's
Why?
like, what? And
I
they're
mean, I
like, oh
don't,
my
but-
gosh, you can't use it. Like, if you're laughing, you have to do the crying, like just the crying face. And then I was just, I'm like, oh
Yeah.
my gosh, I use the cry emoji all the time, the cry laugh side.
You do.
That's probably my
You
most
do.
used one.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like it is a weird thing because I've never, again, when I was young, I didn't feel that way. I'm like, oh, that's
No.
I think I've always just thought basic was lame, and that's basic to care about stuff like that. Like I always thought like
Sure.
mainstream was lame. I never was into that. I was like, you're so lame. Like who gives a shit?
Yeah.
You know. I'm not saying I don't do basic shit sometimes. I do. Like right now, I'm wearing a Fabletics onesie. Is that pretty basic?
Oh my gosh. I didn't know that was a
Hold
onesie. I
on,
thought it was
hold
a
on, hold
sweater
on,
and I
hold on.
liked it. You should have told me they were on sale.
Check it out.
Look at that. Does Miranda have a matching one?
Not matching. Different.
Is it cozy?
It's very cozy.
It has a hood? Look at you.
Am I in heaven? Yes. Yes, I am.
Do you have anything on under it?
Underwears.
Just underwear?
I don't need nothing else.
And you get to show off your chest hair.
Yeah. It's a
It's
look.
the best of both
It's a look.
worlds.
Maybe it's not basic. Is this not this? I don't know that this is a basic look. It's pure comfort at all times.
It's athleisure at its best.
Athleisure. Well, Tara, is there anything we need to catch up on that we've been gone for 3 weeks. We're going to talk sports. Don't worry. We're a sports entertainment podcast. We're going to talk about buttholes at some point. Don't worry. We're a butthole podcast.
Dude, I have not talked about buttholes in, well, that's a lie. Tori and I talked about buttholes a little bit.
Oh, I've definitely been talking about buttholes lately. I had to go out and get a soft, the toilet paper we have right now, low rough. It's like, here's the thing. I like a toilet paper that holds up. I like it to be strong, but sometimes strong gets rough. So I had to go out today and get some softer stuff. Cause you know what? Around here, we're like, there's too much rough toilet paper. We need some softies.
Did mom not bring any on her way down?
Yeah, she got the stuff I liked, but you know what? I didn't realize you need to switch it up sometimes. It starts to wear you down. It starts to get you. It starts to tear you up a bit. Damn, we got the butthole as quick as we could, man. We're back.
We're back. We don't skip a beat when it comes to the beehole.
We don't skip a beat when it comes to the beehole. Boom. Think Trin would help us write a beehole song?
Oh,
about not skipping the beat. Don't skip the beat like the beat of the beehole. Boom, da, da, boom, da, da, boom. It'd be fart sound so instead of basses. It'd be like fart noises, like boom, 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 but like boom, 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 boom. You're not into it?
Like, I don't know.
What part?
I could maybe get into it. I could maybe
Trin would
get
make
into
it good.
Once we started
Trinity
doing
would
it.
make it good. Could be
right
our new
now,
theme song.
It just makes me a little bit. I don't know if I want to be known as the butthole podcast.
We already are, Tara. We're already number one in the world. Butthole podcast. Number one in the world.
We're so much more than buttholes.
We are more than buttholes. But everyone's more than buttholes. But
I know.
You got to embrace the butthole.
Good.
You got to embrace the butthole.
Buttholes good.
All right, welcome back to 85, guys. This is your first one, which it is, and we all know it's not your first one. But if it is, welcome to Butthole Mania. Moving on, Tara, catch up. What do we have to catch up on? You know, anything big that happened in the last 3 weeks that you were bummed that we didn't get to talk about in the moment. Obviously, we're going to talk about stuff we planned on, but in the moment, it was like, man, this would have been good for the pod. I wish we had been podding during all of this.
The Jim Harbaugh stuff was pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Just because he then went on his little media. It wasn't a tour. He just spoke to the media and said some real funny shit. So Jim Harbaugh, he got suspended for cheating. He had, we're not sure on all the details of how much he was involved, but there was this guy who
you're gonna break it down.
Go to other,
okay.
He had this guy on staff who would apparently go to other teams' games that they were going to be going up against, and he would try to steal their signs, basically.
Didn't try. He did. He recorded them. He
did.
took a camera and would record the sideline of the other team. It's real simple. He got caught, and it was like really high. He was like paying other people to go do it when he wasn't there.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. I don't know. It became kind of uninteresting to me. It also doesn't even matter because they're going to be in the national championship game. It didn't even matter. They're gonna. And he's going to be back. They're going to win their championship. Who knows what happens in the long run? They might have to vacate it. Who knows?
But he was just saying some crazy stuff.
He's a weird dude. He's a weird, wild
dude.
I would find it hard to believe he's going to be back at Michigan next year, win or lose the national championship. But if you guys ever want to see something funny, just Google Jim Harbaugh Detroiters. Did I send you that clip?
You did. It was so good. And I remembered it.
But I just didn't remember if I had, because I sent it to you and John Boy. And to see, and he was like, it's good. I said, I said, he may be a cheater, but he's number one in my heart because of this clip. It's so good.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna ruin it for you guys, but just Google Detroiters, Jim Harbaugh. Have we been saying John because it's Jim?
I think I said Jim.
I don't know. I said, have we? I know I said it at least once, if not twice.
Okay,
that's the one thing that you wanted to talk about. You didn't have like a good new take on it. That was all pretty covered. Was there something you had to talk about of it that you wanted to bring up? Or that's just something you wish we had been able to talk about in the moment? In the moment?
Yeah, probably. In the moment. Like right now, it's all kind of, like you said, it's too late. But in that moment,
we would have fun making fun of his stupid ass. Cheaters. Fucking cheaters.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? For me, I wish we would have been recording during the big, the NBA in-season tournament. I had a lot of fun watching the NBA in-season tournament that's been going on right now. And the knockout rounds, if you guys don't know, aren't NBA fans, there's for the first time ever in the first half of the season, they're doing a tournament where everyone played a round robin of 4. They played 4 games against between 5 teams in the top team of each one. And they go on to a knockout round this round. And then there's a semifinals and finals. And then over this next week here, and it's going to be in Las Vegas. It's just another way to grab money, something they can sell to some Amazon or something at some point as a product is my guess, but it's been kind of fun. I wish we'd been talking about that in the moment. Bucks, our boys, for you who don't know, this is the number 1 Bucks podcast as well. And they are in the in-season tournament, and people aren't giving a lot of credit because they give up a lot of points sometimes, but they just at the end of the games, they know how to show up. But I like the Bucks to win the in-season tournament still. I know that's surprising for you that listen, but I like the Bucks to win the in-season tournament. Nothing really to talk about. Have you enjoyed it? Have you watched much of it, Tara? That's the question. I watched a lot of it.
I work every Tuesday and Friday, so
that's
it's
the big
a little
days.
tough.
Are you going to be able to catch the game this week?
Is it on Tuesday?
You should at least put it on at the bar.
If it's on Tuesday,
it's on TNT.
Friday. Actually, I don't work on this Friday.
It's on Tuesday, and then if they win, they'll probably play Friday, I think.
I'll be able to watch it because I have that channel at work.
If they win, they probably play Friday. I'm not sure what the days are, but Monday, Tuesday are the games the Bucks play Tuesday in season NBA basketball. But it's interesting as a whole. I want to talk about that. It's a new thing they added to the NBA this year, right? Maybe we don't talk about it this week. Maybe next week we both come up with something the big leagues could do to like up the ante on their, to change it up a little bit. Maybe some like a new thing they should be doing, like the NFL or Major League Baseball, something to change it up heading into next season, like the NBA doing this in-season tournament because it's a long season. Like, hey, let's make the first half of the season matter. Right. Maybe we should come up with some fun stuff, maybe that we think would be fun. It doesn't have to be realistic. It doesn't have to be like the in-season tournament. It could be as silly as actually the first Monday of every month of the season. They have to allow their one mascot to play the whole entire game with them.
Oh, that'd be funny.
Some it can be silly and maybe come up with real stuff too. So like, hey, here's what I think could better. You know what I would do for the NBA? 3-pointers outlawed.
They're gone.
Maybe just outlawed for Tuesdays. Maybe for on Tuesdays you can't shoot 3. Maybe just try it to see what the games are like. No threes.
Like
that's
no
it. Actually, that's what
Tuesdays.
It is. So I think the NBA should try that and maybe try some other like every once in a while thing. Every Tuesday. Maybe not because of the in-season tournament, or maybe in the in-season tournament. How about that? Threes aren't a thing.
Yeah.
Let's try it. Everyone's so used to threes and like, oh, you need threes because it opens the game up. I'm like, yeah, but do we? Everyone's just used to it, but I also think
slam dunks become threes.
Yes. Threes aren't threes and dunks are threes. Change it up. Let the big man live again.
Yes.
Let the
Let's
big
give
man
it back
live
to the
again.
big man.
So next, that's my proposition for next year's NBA in-season tournament is threes aren't allowed unless you're
No.
dunking the ball, and that bad boy's 3 points. That's
Yep.
great, Tara. That's what it is.
I like
Try
it.
new stuff. Give it a new thing. Give it a new look. Because
Ki-
it's getting very boring just seeing people come down and shoot threes nonstop.
I know. And it's just, and what also sucks is when like a team is just like kicking ass and,
Mhm.
playing good ball, mixing it up a little. And then all of a sudden the other team gets some
Just gets hot from three.
douchebag that's never hit a three in his whole entire fucking life
Mhm.
decides that this is the minute, this is the time
Yeah.
that I'm going to shoot all these threes and make them. And
Oh,
it's like,
It
that
can't be fun
sucks.
for teams playing the Bucks this year with Malik
No.
Beasley hitting threes all the time.
Right?
The fact that Malik Beasley is that important to the Bucks season sucks because he's not good.
Yeah.
He's so bad at defense. He gets
Yeah.
passed by all the time. So that's what we're doing. That's the new NBA one. Next week, Tara, come up with maybe one more. Come up with a new one for
Okay.
something else, not NBA related, maybe because we already
I got this-
solved the NBA.
We did. We just solved it right there in like 2 seconds.
Yeah. So you don't have to tell me which one you're picking, but next it could be
Okay.
anything. It could be golf, basketball. Can't be basketball. I lied. Unless it's college basketball. You want to mix it up. Football,
Ooh.
college football, baseball, hockey, whatever you got. Bring it.
All right. I'm
know.
going to do it. I wrote it down. It's a new thing
Mhm.
I'm trying. I'm
Yep,
writing
next
things
week-
down that we talk about to do.
Good idea. Can I be honest with you? I literally thought you did that every week. I knew I didn't, but I thought you did. That's why I asked you, like, hey, what do we got?
Sometimes I would, but I would put it on like a random page. And
Mm.
right now I just have a page that says next week.
Mm.
So I'm going to
Maybe what you
bookmark
should
it,
do
go
is
back to
Maybe
it.
maybe I'm gonna help you take notes. I'm gonna mansplain you how to take your own notes.
Oh my God.
Maybe you should just write episode 85 and then a rundown of things that were important from it. Like, oh, I like that. I'm gonna write that down, and then also it'll look back like, oh, next week I'm supposed to do this.
We'll see what I do. We'll see what I do.
I just thought it'd be fun to tell you how to do shit as the man
Yeah.
who is the non-note takingest person on the planet.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know if you've ever taken a note
No.
in your life.
No, I got an incomplete and failed a class in high school that all you had to do was sit and watch videos and take notes. And at the end of the semester, you had to talk during a discussion. If you didn't talk, you automatically got a D, so you still
Yeah.
passed. Or if you talked once, you get a C, and so forth. If you
Yeah.
said 3 things, you get an A, I think it was. But you had to turn in your notes from the year. And I watched all these videos, but I didn't take a dang note, so I didn't have anything to turn
Well,
in.
we had
so
to take notes from the book too, which was just like,
you,
and they
for
had to be so detailed.
what I'm
For
talking
Mr.
about?
Hansen. Yeah.
Oh, do you have to take them from the book too?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
I just remember
it
being
was
from the videos.
painful.
Yeah, that's not a good way to teach, homie.
No.
You're not teaching. You're lazy.
Right? It's
You're a
like
bad teacher.
reading the book,
Sorry to tell you,
right.
bad teacher.
Mhm.
That's a bad teacher.
He was a bad teacher.
Not the original Mr. Hansen, high school Mr. Hansen.
He called Kirsta Kiesta.
Did he think she was
She never
Hispanic?
corrected him. She never corrected
Because she
him.
thought it was funny? Or
She
she didn't
just
care?
her name's hard, so she just always got used to it. But she was Kiesta.
That's so good. Well, Tara, sports-wise, we haven't done any picks. Here's what I'm gonna say. I'm on Waffle Watch, Tara. I'm
Waffle?
officially on Waffle Watch. Yeah, I'm on Waffle Watch.
I don't think I know what that means.
So for our fantasy league, the loser
Oh,
has to go to. We didn't invent it, so I'm officially on Waffle Watch because I am in the bottom like 3 or 4. I can't win. My team's falling apart. Even if I score a lot, I lose.
Drew.
I'm on Waffle Watch. I started off the season like 3-1, and now I'm like 4 and fucking. I'm bad. It's bad. It's a bad situation where I'm on Waffle Watch.
Where's a Waffle House?
3 hours away. So
Oh,
I've already been
God.
mapping it out. I'm gonna start practicing eating waffles, I think. But
Ugh.
it's I have to. Here's the thing: if I get into the bottom, I just have to win one game, and I don't have to do the waffles. But I just don't see it happen. I can't win a damn game. This week I'm playing.
No.
I'm like the 4th worst team. 12, 10, 11, 9. Yeah, and I'm playing the 3rd worst team. I'm 9. He's 10, and it's Chris. And we both suck, and he's going to beat me. I'm up right now, but I'm losing for sure. No doubt in my mind.
Oh,
So I'm on Waffle Watch,
God.
guys. I'll keep you updated if I'll be eating waffles. If you don't know, it's 24 hours in a Waffle House, but for every waffle you eat, you lose an hour off of that. It's not
Well,
there.
sure, you just have to eat 24 waffles.
That's a lot of waffles.
I know.
Tara, 12 waffles is a lot of waffles. I thought maybe I'd protest it and I could maybe pod while I'm at it and just stay there for 24 hours and not eat a fucking waffle. Maybe eat other stuff
Yeah.
because I'm hungry, but don't touch a damn waffle to them lips. We'll see. That just seems like a long time to be at a Waffle House 3 hours
I
away.
know. 24
I'm so like
hours.
not into it. I'm just like, oh my
Ugh.
God.
And they're probably like the big Belgian waffles.
They're like pretty big. I've seen pictures of them. They're somewhere in between a hearty Belgian and like an Eggo. They're like in between it somewhere, I'd say.
Because if it was Eggo, I could do
Oh, if it's Eggo, Tara,
24 Eggos.
I'll eat 5 and wish I had, and then maybe eat more.
Yeah.
I'll eat half a box, no problem, of Eggo waffles. So
Yeah.
but I am officially on Waffle Watch.
All right. Well, keep us posted because I feel bad for you.
Oh, I have zero desire. Right now, it is halftime of the Green Bay Packers Chiefs games. The Packers are up 14
What's
to
the score?
6. 14 to 6. Right.
Taylor's in the house too, so
Right now. And the other funny thing is all my guys in fantasy, nobody wants to hear my fantasy team, but all of them are doing that thing where they were just mediocre all year and now they're all starting to take off. And it's a little too late. A little too late.
Little too late for you, Droser.
I'm out of here. Yeah, we don't need to talk too much about NFL. Let's just say who we think the best team is right now. After today's
49ers.
performance, the 49ers are, if they're healthy, they're the best. If they're healthy, they're the best. The Cowboys are playing well. Next week's test against the Eagles will be important.
They're going to beat them, I think.
Eagles beat the Cowboys, the Cowboys beat the Eagles.
No, Cowboys beat the Eagles. I think they should have won the first match.
Yeah, they played better that game and then still lost.
And they just had some stupid things that they did.
Yeah. But the Niners are just scary because when they're clicking, they're great.
They're
like,
insane. They
like,
just have
they
so
got
many
Debo
weapons.
Samuel's going today. And it's like, oh, it's over. If they're playing good and they have a quarterback, it's over.
Yeah.
I just have no faith in anyone beating them when they're healthy.
I don't either.
They got to stay healthy. That's asking a lot for them, it seems like. But if they're healthy, they're terrifying. And they're healthy at the moment. Terrifying. So Cowboys are good, though, too. They don't really have a good running game. I'm going to say that. The run game sucks. And run game, as much as people want to pretend it's not important, it's very important.
Yes.
And the run game is terrible. Is Dak going to win MVP?
No.
I hate Dak.
I don't think he'll win it.
Listen, if they end up finishing if they win next week, they have the same record as the Eagles and have the best record in the NFC. I think in the tied for the best record in the NFL. And Dak will have the most touchdown passes.
Yeah.
Currently.
He could win it.
And he's a Cowboy.
He just doesn't.
You might have picked the wrong
the
Cowboy
MVP.
at the beginning of the season.
I know.
Micah's been great. He's been very good.
Yeah.
But Dak, oh boy.
Maybe it's just because I got a bad taste in my mouth over Dak, and I just don't want him to win.
Before we move on to the Karate Kid, we're going to do Karate Kid first. And then we're going to do 1985. Do you have any other sports stuff you wanted to touch on heading into before we move on to the movie? Anything big, anything important? There's not much I care about. Nothing's really popping off for me, but
Jimmy Johnson, he was honored in the Dallas Cowboys Ring of Honor.
Oh yeah, that was. I didn't know that was happening.
Surprising. Yep. And Jimmy didn't know it was happening either. Jerry kind of had a fumble on the year.
What did he do?
He had a fumble on the year where he said like 1920. I don't remember exactly what it was, and he was like, "You mean?" I'm fumbling it.
I don't know what you're talking about. Like
he fumbled.
You blew it.
I blew it.
We're not going to talk about it. We've moved on. Yeah, Jimmy Johnson, Cowboys Ring of Honor, but they had a falling out. Otherwise, the Cowboys probably won like 5 Super Bowls.
Exactly.
He wasn't really have anything to do with the Cowboys organization there, and they must have solved some issues. They're old men, and I think it's good publicity.
Jerry probably realized too, like, hey, the reason I won these Super Bowls were because
30 years ago. Yeah.
And that's why I have so much money.
Yeah, Jimmy put the team together that won the third one too.
Mm-hmm. What are you beving on?
Old fashioned.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm the man.
A brandy old fashioned?
Actually, it's got rye whiskey in it because that's all I got.
Oh, well,
so it's a little harsher, but it's good.
I'm drinking my Huge. My diet doozy. I'm not drinking for 10 days.
I haven't had a Pepsi Zero Sugar in couple months.
Oh, really? Are you giving up D soda?
Yeah. Well, not necessarily. I'll have it here and there, like a random one,
Yeah.
but I'm not drinking it every day. Like I'll have like I had like a Pepsi's. I'm sorry, I had a
Coke
Dr.
Zero?
Pepper Zero last week.
Mhm.
I'll have like a 7-Up Zero because that's why I use Pepsi. I use 7-Up Zero for my old fashions instead of regular 7-Up, and I'll finish
Yeah.
it sometimes. Like, but not really. It's been nice.
I'm gonna get on that game. I need to because I just
I don't know. I felt like my
chug
body
'em.
was having issues and it was feeling weird. And that's the first thing I tried. That's the first thing I got rid of. Now I'm gonna get rid of some other shit. Next thing, no more fast food. I stop and get fast food too much when I'm out working, so I got to get that out next. And then
Mhm.
well, candy should probably be first. Candy should probably be the first thing I cut out. Candy, because Miranda's not even baking right now. I'm still out here eating sweets all the time. Also, tons of people
Yeah.
are bringing us food, so it's like holy crap.
Oh,
And they always seem to bring a little dessert treat too.
yeah.
John's wife made us some vegan chocolate chip cookies. I dig them. They're good. They're good.
Good.
Here's the thing: they taste good, but here's the thing: I know they're vegan while I'm eating them. Something about them, it's like that's not regular,
You're like, there's
but it
something
still
about
tastes
this.
good. Miranda and I both agree they taste good,
Yeah, they taste good, but you're like, they're not.
but they're different. But they're just
There's
a little
no
different.
animal product in this, and I can tell.
Nope.
They're
But
good.
the
but I
chocolate's
can
in
tell.
it is good. There's chocolate chips in it, so that's good.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Tara. 1984. The
5.
Karate Kid was released in theaters.
Oh, we're doing
and
Karate Kid.
Karate
Sorry.
swept. What do you think we were doing?
1985.
I told you I was going to do Karate Kid next.
I'm sorry, I was half listening.
Karate Kid hits theaters and karate sweeps the nation. I wish I would have done a little more research on how karate swept the nation.
Swept the nation.
And there was karate everywhere. But this was Tara's first time watching the Karate Kid.
Yeah.
Again, 1984, the year I was born, Karate Kid came out. And Tara, she had 3 weeks and she waited till yesterday to watch it, but
I nailed it
She
though. It
nailed
was
it, though.
early yesterday.
I know. Well, it's good because
And I had to work yesterday.
Wow. Did you watch it all in one swoop?
I did.
How are you able to watch it at home since you don't have Netflix? That works.
For some reason, when I put Dad's name in, it let me do it. Like I went to do my name on his, and it said, "You don't live here, or you aren't." And then I put Dad's on, and it was like, "Hey, Jim,
Hey, Jim.
you're just at your second house."
Right. Well, there you go. So the Karate Kid,
Yeah.
starring Ralph Macchio and Pat Morita. I think that's how you say it. Pat Morita and Elizabeth Shue are the three big names.
I didn't know she was in it.
The funny thing is, Mom didn't know it until an hour and 15 minutes in when I said something about Elizabeth Shue. She's like, "That's Elizabeth Shue." I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about, old lady?"
Did she not watch the opening credits where it said Elizabeth Shue?
Well, no,
And I went,
probably.
oh, she's in this.
Who cares if you saw that?
That's how I
It's
knew.
Elizabeth Shue. It's very
Yeah.
clearly and obviously Elizabeth Shue. I was like, "What?" She had no idea. I was like, "Okay, well, it's Elizabeth Shue." Let's talk about the movie, Tara.
Okay.
So your first time watching it, just
Yes.
quick response. What'd you think of the movie?
I freaking loved it. I think I'm an 80s movie girl. I just love a good movie from the 80s from the minute it started, just how it the opening credits where they're driving from New Jersey to Los Angeles.
It's funny because I thought they
and
could have
it's
cut that
just
out. I was watching like they could have cut this fucking right out. It was so.
but it was so they totally could have, but it felt so 80s.
Oh,
like
sure.
That's something they did in the 80s.
Yeah, and you could hear them talking.
And then
you could hear them
yep,
talking
and
without
it
seeing
had
them.
like kind of a pretty little score behind it, and then you
Yeah.
kind of saw a little bit like when they were pushing their car
Yeah,
because it wouldn't start.
Yeah.
And
yeah, that was fun.
like,
That was fun. Great mom.
it just felt like
great
80s
movie
great
mom. Great
Yes.
movie mom. One of the best movie moms. If we redo the list, she probably makes my movie mom list.
Yeah, I like her.
Ooh.
But I did like how like she moved out there for a job opportunity at a restaurant. And one of her things was, I'm gonna start training to become a manager. There's so much more opportunity than working with computers. I just thought that was so funny.
That's awesome.
Uh,
I don't think I must not have been paying attention because I think I thought that she was going to be working with computers and not I don't think I was so. I guess I didn't catch that. I was confused that I was like,
Yeah.
does she work at this restaurant they're at, or is she just there having a meeting?
No, she was working at the restaurant.
Oh, that's wild.
So I thought that was super funny.
That is funny. How wrong that was.
Yeah.
How that aged very badly.
Yes.
It's a great movie. It's basically another, Rocky sort of vibe,
Yeah.
underdog. But let's talk about the main character, Daniel's son. Daniel. What's his last name? Am I blanking now?
Russo.
Yeah, Daniel Russo.
LaRusso?
LaRusso. Daniel LaRusso. What was your take on Daniel's son?
I really like Daniel's son.
Yeah.
He he had like an underdog vibe, but he didn't let it keep him down.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so crazy because when he moved into town, he pretty much scores the girl instantly. She's like hooked on him instantly. And she's from the other side of the tracks. So she's real rich. Daniel's son's, he's not rich. But then he also instantly gets on the big bullies, the Cobra Kai's radar. And it's like, oh boy.
Well, okay. So let me talk about that really quick.
Yeah.
So there is this thing. It was like a joke in how people are dumb and they do their fan theories and then they act like they're real. Is that me?
It's me.
Police?
Yeah.
Oh wow, Tara. Murder in small town O-Town. Let's solve a murder. We're now a mystery.
We are the murder mystery.
We are. This is now.
We're starting from
true
the
crime
beginning.
Podcast.
It is.
It was December 3rd, 2023.
At 8:49.
It was 8:49 p.m. and sirens blared from afar.
In the small town of Oregon, Wisconsin.
We're gonna go every other sentence. I don't know about that.
Yeah,
that weren't working for me.
It's what we do.
I was pausing for dramatices, and you would just fill it in with non-dramatis.
It was very dramatic.
It was not dramatis.
It was adding dramatics.
There was no dramatis. You got to have that pause, Tara. You've never obviously listened to a true crime one. It's pause. So
well, you've obviously never heard a true crime where people finish each other's sentences because those are what are the cool things now.
Okay.
It's what the kids be listening to.
It's what the kids be listening to, she said, before the man entered her room and cut off her brain.
Okay.
I didn't want to be too cut off her brain doesn't make any sense. I said cut off her head. Yeah, I feel like you'd have went, I'm scared.
Don't cut off my head.
Say things like that, Drew. That's not funny. I live alone as a woman.
It's scary.
Tara doesn't live alone. She lives with a big, strong beefcake named Greg. A big, strong beefcake named Gregory.
Me and Gregory.
So and How I Met Your Mother, there was a bit where Neil Patrick Harris said that Johnny, the whole bit was that Johnny was the good guy in the movie and that Daniel LaRusso was actually the bad guy.
No.
But the thing, hold on. I know, I agree. But then I just want to hear your take on this. But then people on the internet started acting like it was a real thing. And then the movie Cobra Kai happened. And that's kind of the running bit in it. Kind of at first, he claims it.
That he was the good guy?
Yeah, that he was the good guy. And people, even Trin sometimes, I'm like, but then people are like, oh yeah, he was actually I'm like, no, he wasn't. You clearly just listened to a bit someone said on a show and didn't watch the movie because Johnny is a fucking cunt.
Oh yeah, he was ready to kill him.
All Daniel did was meet the girl at the beach because he got invited to this party. He went to this beach party and he was talking to the girl and Johnny came by and started fucking with the girl.
Yeah.
And all he did was try to pick up her boombox, and then they kicked his ass, and then never acted like Johnny was acted like Daniel was an asshole after that.
Exactly. The guy who invited him then had all his friends, and they were like, "Oh, this is the guy you want to hang out with. What a loser!"
Gets his ass kicked by dudes on bikes, by motorcycle guys.
And I was like, wow, these guys are losers.
Fucking losers, man.
It's like poor Daniel's son.
Man, they did not paint LA as a cool place. But yeah, so that is the thing. People like to pretend, Tara, and it because they're like, he should just mind his. I'm like, what are you talking? He went after his. He didn't go after his girl. First of all, they're not dating,
No.
and he doesn't even
Because
know that. And he doesn't know that. Regardless, he wouldn't have any idea. He just got to town and was talking to a girl.
Exactly. And she dropped him because she knew that he was like the biggest bitch ever. She was like, I'm not about you.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
And she was kind of awesome.
Yeah, she was good. She gave that first night. She kind of dipped on him a little too quick, I thought, on the
Yeah.
beach. So if you guys haven't seen Karate Kid, first of all, what the fuck's wrong with you? You're like Tara. Like, they go to the beach and there's a fight, and the bad guys show up right away on motorcycles, and they're teen. I don't even know how these guys are on these motorcycles, these dirt bikes. They start
dirt
kicking the
bikes,
shit out of
yeah.
Ralph.
Danielson. They're probably like 16, 17, 18.
They're under 18
they-
for sure because they're in the under 18 karate tournament.
Oh yeah. So they're under 18, but they can drive a car.
Yeah, so
Or
they're
at
between
least Johnny can.
they're 16 or 17.
Yeah.
They're probably 16 or 17, all of them. Who knows if he has a license when fucking we get to that. We'll get to that. But anyway, so that's a thing that people have going around, and they're just like, that's my favorite thing that people do with these, like, oh, they'll hear the fan theory once and like without thinking about it, like, oh yeah. And then all you gotta do is watch one scene, you're like, oh no, that guy's like the worst fucking dude ever.
So they
and
say that it's because Daniel's son
like stole his girl,
his girl?
and then because then the
Wasn't
next
his
thing that
girl.
he does is he puts
Wasn't his
that
girl.
water on him when he's in
Yeah.
the bathroom, which was just payback for getting his ass
That's because
kicked.
he needs his comeuppance.
Yeah,
And-
he's like, all he did was get a little water on him. It was fun.
Right.
It was a fun move.
It was a very fun move.
So he's there, and then you meet Pat a little bit before, you meet Pat pretty quick, like that first scene, because he needs him. Pat,
Mr.
I don't want to call him
Miyagi?
Pat, Mr. Miyagi,
yeah, I'm like, who the fuck is Pat?
Pat Morita.
Mhm.
But anyway, you meet Miyagi pretty quick. Now tell me how you feel about Mr. Miyagi.
I love Mr. Miyagi. At first, I'm like, dude, this is your job, because we've had some like bad supers that
Yeah,
we've worked with, or rental people, and they come to they need their sink fixed, and he's trying to catch a fly with his chopsticks, and he's being a real dick. And I'm like, man, Miyagi sucks. But then he quickly changes his tune, and
Okay.
him and Daniel become best friends.
Okay.
Fast best friends.
Best friends.
Yes.
And here's not a theory, but probably the truth. And Trin's
Okay.
big on this one. Trin is very big on this one. And I agree with him. And I really thought about it while I watched it this time. This movie's not about Daniel. This movie is a redemption story for Miyagi. It's really what it's about.
Yeah.
Even the last freeze frame of the movie is Miyagi smiling, if you
Mhm.
noticed. They get Daniel up on their shoulders, but then it flips to Miyagi smiling.
Yeah.
And that's really what the movie is about. Because he comes in and he is a bad superintendent. He doesn't want to help. He's doing his own thing. He's just kind of hanging out, doing his thing in his little like workshop, having enough time to do bonsai trees and shit.
Yeah.
And he has this sick ass house.
Yeah.
So, so yeah,
Who
Miyagi.
knows why he's
So
working there.
that's the big. As Trin says, it's the movie's about Miyagi, and I've totally agree with him at this point. That's really redemption. It is about him and Danielson. It's about Danielson, overcoming the odds, or like a Rocky underdog story. But really, it's a redemption story for Miyagi.
Yeah.
Almost instantly, Miyagi. When you first
Well, they
meet,
kind of save each other. They just
Sure.
save each other.
sure, it's both. It is both. The movie is called The Karate Kid, I guess.
And he did need Danielson.
They needed
Like
each other.
yes.
They needed each other. So anyway, then they meet, and then Danielson has a couple run-ins with the bad boys, and then maybe one of the great scenes in movie history. When I was a kid, I was afraid of it. It was the Halloween scene after he waters them. The
Oh.
bad guys, the bad boys, the Cobra Kai kids. All
Chase Danielson.
are wearing skeleton like onesie jumpers. What would you call
Yeah.
that? Like
Onesies.
onesies,
and then
like
face
skin
paint.
tight ones with
Yeah.
their face painted like skeletons. And it is awesome.
And they're just chasing him, and it's 5 on
Oh, they're gonna
1.
kill him. They're gonna chase him
Yeah.
with their bikes.
They're chasing
no,
him
they're
with
chasing
their
him
butt.
Right? They're on bikes, right? And don't they get on their bikes to catch up to him, and then they chase him once they run down
I think
that?
they're just all running, but I can't remember.
Nah, you're right. They're all just running.
Yeah.
We definitely skipped some stuff that we did to do big
It
jump
doesn't
here
matter.
because this is the important stuff. We're trying to
Yes.
stick to more important stuff. We can get back to scenes we liked in the future here. But yeah, so they're running. They're about to kick the shit out of him. And they are kicking the shit out of him.
Oh my gosh. And one guy's like, Johnny, it's enough. It's enough. And Johnny's like pretty much getting ready to kill him.
Yeah. Yeah, because he's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden Miyagi shows up. Fucking like a ghost.
Yeah.
And
He like
whoops the shit.
he's like skitters over a
Fence.
chain linked fence.
I didn't realize that they were literally right behind. I'd seen it a million times. I
Where
didn't
he
realize
lived.
that it was right behind their apartment building. And he fucks these kids up as he should have.
He beats him up.
Nowadays, that's one of the first scenes in Cobra Kai is Johnny as an adult fucks up a bunch of teenagers for being shitheads. It's actually quite funny. You should watch Cobra Kai, Tara, at least the first season. After that, it gets a little wild. But yeah, so he fucks it up and he saves the day, and that's the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
Yeah.
Anything you want to talk about as far as that goes, the friendship? So basically that point on is you learn that Danielson wants to go to karate class, but he goes to karate class and it's the one that all the kids are at. It's the Cobra Kai. And so after he gets his ass kicked, they go back. He goes back with Pat. And that sets up the second. I know, but he's Pat. He's Pat.
No, he's
Miyagi. Daniel and Miyagi go back to the Cobra Kai, and that sets up the rest of the movie, which is obviously that there's going to be a tournament. Because basically, Miyagi's like, yeah, okay, we'll fight you, but you can't. You gotta stop beating this kid up. But we'll let him fight in this
competition,
all
this
Valley karate tournament that's coming up. So that sets up the rest of the movie. That is the training, and move on to the tournament.
Yes.
Do you have like a favorite training moment?
Well, I said like the most like noticeable, like rememberable, or like I couldn't remember the names exactly of our categories.
What the
but
fuck? You don't have them
the
written down?
iconic. I lost it. The iconic moment, and I feel like there's quite a few in here, but one of them is definitely the training sequence. It's very long because like he's teaching him karate through like
chores.
Wax on, wax off.
Through chores.
Yeah.
He has him coming over doing chores.
Painting.
Did you know that's what it was?
Yeah, I knew that's what it was because it just
said,
wax on, wax off.
When we watched, I said, "Do you think Tara knows this?" And I was like, "I think so because it's so iconic."
Yes.
That everyone knows that's how he trained him, was going wax on, wax off. But you probably didn't know like sand the floor.
No, sand the floor,
fence,
paint the fence.
Paint the
the house.
Yeah, paint the house.
And then when he's like gets pissed and he's like, "What the hell? You went fishing. And I was here doing this by myself and you're not teaching me anything." And then he's like, sand the floor, and he goes down to sand the floor.
How dense is this kid? He keeps trying to go to the ground. He's like, no.
Yes. Miyagi's like, ugh,
figure it out.
Up. And then he's like doing it.
So yeah.
And then he goes, okay, now wax the floor, and he gets down, or wax on, wax off, and he goes down again. He's like, ugh. He's just ready to like strangle him. But then he does like the whole like where he's fighting.
And then they do do you buy that even a little bit that he would have been able after that to block his onslaught of karate?
Like the muscle memory, Drew. Muscle memory is big.
I mean, that's what he's saying.
So,
it's so funny. Do you buy it? No.
Well, not 100%, but I do.
Miyagi was never going to hit him.
A little. No, but I do buy it. Because like I work out with Mom a lot, and like we'll do dancing, and she just has never done it before. Yeah. So like sometimes she really struggles when she's learning something new. But me, I've danced a ton. So when it's new, like I kind of have that muscle memory, so I can get it right away. So I can see why Danielson knew it after.
Right. So wax on, wax off.
Did you? No, because you watched it as a group. But when he started doing the wax on and then like doing the moves, I was doing them with it. Paint the house.
We weren't doing it.
But you wanted to? Real bad.
I've done it in my life.
Yeah.
Wax on.
It was fun.
And then how how sick is his house though?
Oh my gosh.
It's the best
so
house
sick.
ever. Why is he
I'm
ever?
like so
he has a
confused
co-
at why he's a super.
Well, because he just needs to do something, Tara. He's got money, obviously,
Yeah.
and he just needs something to do. He just does it as like a thing because he's sad and he misses his goddamn wife
Mm-hmm.
and his kids. Doesn't he have kids?
Kid. He died.
That's right. His kid died. It's a sad movie for
I know.
Miyagi. So let's run through the categories. Then we can talk about anything we want. So categories.
Favorite character.
Favorite character.
I said Mr. Miyagi.
Ooh, it's the right answer.
I said he's unorthodox with his training.
But it's filled with a plethora of great characters.
Yes. And it really is. I liked so many of the people.
Yeah.
I liked so many of
Even the villains are
characters.
fun. Like
Yeah.
Johnny's a cunt, but it's a fun character.
Yeah.
Like you don't hate him like you hate other people. Like he
I
has a
agree.
redemption arc as well. It's a little quick, but
Yeah. Yeah. Where he all of a sudden is like, wait.
I'm sorry, go back. Miyagi. Go back.
Miyagi.
What do
So
you
I
like?
loved his unorthodox training.
Yeah.
And him being Daniel's mentor and father figure he really needed.
And his best friend. They were also each other's best friends.
And I said it was his lovely best friendship. They
like when he
loved
gives
each
him the
other.
car because when you realize he gives him the car because like he doesn't have he never got to give it to his own kid.
Yeah,
Like, it's just
exactly.
That's a great scene.
It was like the son he never had.
It got
and the
me.
Dad he never had.
It's
True.
funny. That was I teared on that one. Miranda
Yeah.
didn't catch me. She asked later because
She's
he's
like,
prideful
"When
at the
did
end.
you
Like, no.
cry?"
She's like, yo, get you there. I'm like, no, I got it. It actually got me earlier.
That got me earlier.
Because I knew
Yeah.
what was going on there, and I love that scene.
My least favorite character were Allie's stuck-up friends who
Fuck
hated
yeah,
Daniel.
they suck.
They hated him for no reason, just because he was poor.
And got
and
his
the
ass
girls-
kicked once.
Yeah, and the girls were basic, and
So
I
basic.
was like, "You suck." And Allie, she just is just much better and
Yeah.
gets it.
I give them far less of a pass of those guys that ditched him at the beach because those guys that just made us were like they're probably like we're not fucking.
We're
with
not
it.
dealing.
We're
with
not
the
dealing with that
Cobra Kai.
bullshit.
We are
We're not
not
getting our
dealing with
asses
the Cobra
kicked.
Kai.
But they basically probably like, well, we know those guys we're not fucking with this guy anymore because we don't
Yeah.
want to be fucking,
with the Cobra Kai.
we don't want to be fucking chastised out into the depths. I don't know what that
Mhm.
means, but yes, you're right. It's them for sure. They suck so much ass. There is one Cobra Kai guy that's a piece of shit. That's always going
Yeah, that's
during
like,
the tournament.
"Ugh." Yeah,
But he's also
I
so
was gonna
funny
say,
that I don't hate
he's
him.
so funny.
You don't really
I
hate
know.
Kreese either, the instructor, because he's good at being awful. Like, you know what I mean? We
Yeah.
usually don't pick the person that's like supposed to be a bad guy because they're usually fun or they're
Yeah.
bad. But those girls, you're right, they suck so much. That's a good pick.
Mhm.
That's a
Every
really
time
good
they
pick.
came on, I was just
And
like,
it's like,
ugh.
I'm like, shut the
"Don't!
fuck
Can't you
up.
take a hint?"
Yeah,
And
like
it's
I hated them more than I hated her rich parents. They were just trying to
know.
like this kid.
Yeah,
Like I get
her
it.
mom was funny.
Yeah, like they were still kind of nice to him.
Like when he goes to her house to pick her up and he knocks off the little chunk of
Yeah,
cement or whatever, and the dad looks at his wife and was like, "I thought you were gonna get that fixed." She's like, "Oh, I'm going to. I just
Yeah,
haven't
that's
yet."
Elizabeth Shue's good in it too, but
She
you
is
got
good.
Miyagi. I think you're right. Miyagi's the right answer. Daniel's son is a fun character
He's
though.
awesome.
He's a little twat, but he's great. Like he's a
I
sweet
love him.
kid, and he's
Yeah.
so nice. He loves Miyagi, and he like really does like he like totally listens to him. All the, like
Mhm.
even and his mom's great. All three of
Yes.
them. And then as villains go, I think Lawrence is a great villain. Like
Yeah.
so I didn't have any problems with him.
So I already talked about the iconic scene. Wax
But you
on,
didn't.
wax
But,
off.
you're,
But,
it,
then
but it's-
also
yeah.
this one,
The crane kick
where
is the
the
scene.
crane kick. Yes.
Wax on, wax off is probably the most iconic, maybe
Same.
line from it.
Yeah, because it's used like people say it all the time.
Yeah, but the
But, like, when
crane
he's,
kick
like,
is like
crane-
people just do like when they think of karate,
Yeah.
they do. No matter what karate they're talking about, they flip into
Crane
the
kick.
crane kick.
Mhm.
So, which they don't even do.
It was so funny when Miyagi was doing the crane kicks on like the posts, and it definitely wasn't Pat.
That's what I said. That's what I said, and they were like, "You sure?" I'm like, "There's no way that's him."
Yes, that wasn't Pat.
It was like, but then I thought maybe it is. I don't know.
I don't think
Because
it's
like
Pat.
when he's
Drew.
fighting at the beginning, he's pretty smooth.
it wasn't Pat.
I don't know.
It looked so different.
I know.
than
I agree.
Pat.
I thought the same thing. It's funny when it's not Johnny in scenes too. Or not Johnny. I'm sorry, Daniel. There's a couple of times where it's clearly not Daniel.
Mhm.
And I'm like, that's not Daniel getting his ass kicked currently. Or I'm sorry, not Daniel, but not Ralph.
Yeah.
Ralph Macchio, who just did not have a career after this, really. He was in a couple things here and there. My Cousin Vinny, he was really good in. But that's about it.
He was good in that, though.
He's in Cobra Kai now, kicking ass, taking names.
I said that my favorite scene was the Halloween party where he was dressed up as a shower. Like that whole thing
That's
from
your
like
favorite
this.
scene?
It was it was just
Yeah.
interesting because he was dressed up. Well,
Yeah,
one of
it's
my favorite
intense.
scenes. I had a lot of favorite scenes, but like it was funny. And then all of a sudden, he goes into the bathroom and he realizes Johnny's in there. And I'm like, is Johnny pooping? I was very confused because he was in the stall and his buddy's like, hurry up.
You want my favorite scene?
What?
You want my favorite scene?
Yeah. At the end, or
Yeah.
when he heals his
Obviously, when he
knee.
does the first time, it's good. But when
Yeah.
they don't show him do it, but they show him begin it, so you know he's about to do it and save his ass.
Yeah.
It's so fucking good, and it comes out. That last scene, Tara, the last
It's so
fucking
fun.
fight is so good.
It's
Like
the
Johnny's
whole,
so evil in it.
Yeah.
The way he tries to break his
Oh,
leg.
yeah.
Oh my god, it's so nuts.
It's so quick though. It's so crazy how all of a sudden it's the
Final.
and
was
I'm
fast,
like,
yeah.
but it was fun. The whole it was again just like this 80s montage of fights and just fun music over it and excitement and
Yeah. What's next?
the sexy scene. It really wasn't sexy. Oh, one of my other favorite scenes was when Daniel's son was doing karate and then he starts doing fast feet and he's like, look, Mr. Miyagi.
Yeah.
He's doing his fast feet.
Yeah. How about when he catches the
Which is
fly with
awesome.
the? How about when Miyagi's he's been
instantly-
trying to do for years and he catches
Yeah.
it right away and Miyagi's like, what the fuck?
Beginner's luck.
You want something crazy, Tara?
What?
About a couple months ago, we're sitting in the living room. His fly's bugging us. I was like, go get something, and I just went, whoosh, and just caught the fly in my hand.
Oh, Daniel's son Jr.
They call me Daniel Daddy.
Daniel Dad.
Daniel Dad. They call me Daniel Dad.
Daniel Dad. Damn, Daniel.
Damn Daniel Dad.
Sexiest scene. It wasn't a sexy movie. Just maybe when they finally smooched.
I don't know, man. There's some sexy. I feel like there's some sexual tension between Miyagi and Elizabeth Shue at one point.
No, there is.
There was a moment where I said something about being a sexy scene.
Oh, gosh.
His mom's kind of sexy. She's kind of a sexy
His
mom.
She's funny.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a sexy scene in it at all, really. If I'm trying to think about it.
It's pretty PG.
It's not a real horny movie.
It's not. I didn't
We
get
love a
horned
good
up
horny
at
movie, but
all.
it's not really
We
a big
do.
horny moment.
Mm-mm.
So no real sexy scene in it. I mean, Miyagi's pretty sexy, but
Yeah. My Tara moment was when you learn that Mr. Miyagi lost his wife and son, and he's so sad.
he's getting
And
wasted by himself.
yep, and he realizes how important, and then you realize how important Daniel is to him, like on a whole nother level, because he's like the son that he lost, and he can give him a sweet car for his B-day. And like,
Yeah. What
you could
about
just
how about Daniel's mom just being? It is the very 80s and 90s that Daniel's mom was just like, yeah, hang out with this old dude all the time. What does she have to? She probably was like, well, he got work to the place and he's harmless. Probably. She met him once. It was like, this guy's harmless.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with this.
Well, how about when he's like, shoot, I forgot. I have to go. My mom, she had a surprise cake for me. I wasn't supposed to know about it. And then he's like, okay, but I have a car for you. And he gives him his car.
He's
Pick whatever one he wants. And then he doesn't go to his mom. He goes to find Allie
Yeah.
to like show his new car.
To that place they hang out at.
Yeah,
Which is
that
kind of a cool spot. That had
golf
like the water slides and the
and-
golf.
Yeah.
It was a cool. It must have been a real place. Like in
Yeah.
LA that we didn't.
But I was just like,
It'd been like going to George Vitens
Jeez.
golf land.
you really just did that to your mom?
He might have stopped and said hi.
Hey, Mom, look what Mr.
Because
Miyagi got
when he
me.
leaves, it's day out, and when he gets there, it's nighttime. So he might have stopped by
Maybe.
and said hi to his mom. So
Where'd you get these cars? Detroit. The boring scene, I just thought when they went back to the dojo
What do you mean?
with Mr. Miyagi,
What about it?
it just was a little long.
What did they go back to the dojo?
They go back to tell the dojo master to leave Danielson alone.
Oh, that's crazy. I love that scene.
I don't know.
That scene's so good. Because Miyagi's so fucking smug in it. He's like, I don't know. He's like, I don't know what this really is, but I'm going to make it happen because I know karate better more than this fucking loser does.
Yeah. Maybe I'm wrong. I was literally just trying to think of something, and I'm like, I don't really remember the dojo.
I would cut some of the beginning out. I would cut some of the early stuff out.
Well, yeah.
Some of the early I would probably cut a little, shaved a little off the beginning, probably. But once it gets to where he gets his ass kicked and Miyagi starts training him, it cooks to the end. It's all of a sudden like, holy shit, this is not this is over.
Mm-hmm. The hero was Mr. Miyagi.
Definitely Miyagi. Not even it's not even questionable.
So
there's not even an argument on that.
The villain.
Thank you. Here we go.
I think, and you're maybe going to disagree with me, but hear me out. I think it's John Creasy, the dojo sensei.
I mean, what do you mean? That is the villain.
Okay, I wasn't sure if you were going to think it was the villain.
He's manipulating these children to be fucking violent pieces. Tara, the whole show Cobra Kai, that's all the show's about. Is that piece he's the villain of the show.
Okay, good.
Like, that's the show. Because,
like, those kids were kind of like, some of them were like, what's going on? And the one guy, when he's like, I want you to take him. I don't know. But the one guy, when he was like, I'm going to take, like, you need to take out his knee or whatever. And then he was like, no, I can beat him, like, normally. And then he takes him out and he's like, I'm sorry, Daniel, I didn't mean it.
I've seen the beginning of Karate Kid 2.
Is it?
Yeah, after he hurts him, he's like, "I'm sorry, Daniel."
I'm sorry, Daniel. I didn't mean it.
The hero is Miyagi, and the villain is the piece of shit that's training these kids to be violent.
And he's not teaching the correct way of karate, too.
Exactly. And that's all the show's about. The show's nuts here. I think you'd enjoy the show. I think you'd binge watch the shit out of it. I think Cobra Kai is your next show you watch.
Okay, I'll watch it because I liked it.
It's so fun. You're gonna love the main character. You're gonna love Johnny in it. You're gonna hate in it. Danielson. He sucks.
Oh.
No, he's good in it. Danielson's kid sucks though. All the kids suck. The adults are great. The kids suck, except for one kid's cool.
I love when I watch movies that other movies
rip off
or like use it as like so what I'm trying to say, I'm stuck again.
Quick, you got something else to do.
I feel like Rex Kwon Do was taking some stuff from the dojo master, and I was like, "Oh my god, I finally get it! I finally understand it." That was just a very real
thing from that era, like dojo masters.
But yeah, I loved it. My rating.
Finish it up. Yeah, no. What's the message and then the rating?
Oh shit, I forgot message. The message is
You didn't have a message?
Yeah, the message is
friendship is rare.
Friendship matters. You need friendship. Friendship is rare, and when you have a good friendship, you'll do anything for it.
Friendship matters.
Friendship.
Be a good friend.
Be a good friend.
Be a friend.
Be kind.
Be kind. Rewind. Friendship is rare. Do you know what I'm saying to you?
Baby, friendship is rare.
Yeah, so friendship. I agree. It's about, you know what? You just need a friend.
Yep.
You know? Also, don't be mean to the new kid.
Because both Daniel and Mr. Miyagi needed a friend. And then Allie needed a friend that wasn't so fucking basic.
Yeah, basically Daniel's they're not lovers.
Yes.
They're friends. Come on. They're not together still.
Huh? I think they smooched.
They're not together still. I'm letting you know they're not.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if they're together in the second movie. I can't remember.
I never saw the second movie, so.
I think it leaves right off. I haven't seen it in years. I have to rewatch it. I think it starts right where the first one ended.
But there's a scene, you could tell that Johnny, like, he was just an insecure guy too, and the dojo master was making him even worse.
What's your rating?
My rating is as awesome as catching a fly with a chopstick.
Oh wow! I don't know.
It was.
I thought my rating is probably All Valley Conference under 18 champion.
It
All
definitely
Valley.
isn't.
My
All
rating
Valley.
is All Valley champ. That's what I think it is. It's the All Valley champ. You're gonna go tomorrow? Yeah, everybody knows about it. She knows about it.
I know. It was pretty. It was hopping.
It was
So
a cool
many
place. It
people
was
were
a cool
there.
venue. It's such a cool venue. They fight in a really stupid venue in the very first season, but then they wise up.
They
for
realized
season 2.
their mistakes.
Yeah, they get better after season because it gets so people get into it. The whole valley's into that karate again. All right,
gotta
Tara,
be.
that was fun. Karate Kid,
Loved it.
1985.
Watch it.
1984. I lied. 1984. Now we're moving on to 1985. This is 1985. Next week we'll do 1986. Why not? Let's stick with it, Tara. I like it. Maybe that's our thing.
Okay.
Let's do 86. So 1985. Let's be quick. So this is our top 1985 top 3 plus 1985 things for us.
Yep.
How many did you come up with? Did you get to 5? I have a bunch. It was hard to. Here's what I'm gonna say. It was hard to narrow it down because I thought 84 was a lot easier for me.
Yeah.
84 had better music albums and maybe not better movies, but ones that were more like I needed to have them in there.
I feel like the ones the music that I found from 85 that were like on the hit list were
from
made
84?
84. Yes. So I couldn't add them. I couldn't do it
there
in
was
good
some
faith.
There was some on. There was I only picked one song from 84.
Okay. And we just did 5, right?
Yeah, we'll start at 5 and we'll work our way back. I have more than 5. I'll pare it down.
Okay.
It was hard for me.
Okay.
I didn't want to do all movies, so.
Yeah.
What is your number 5 1985 thing?
My number 5.
Number 5 thing from 1985.
Squeeze-Its.
Squeeze-Its. Oh, man.
When we were little, that was the thing. They were delicious. You drank them in about a half a second and then used the stupid like twist top as a retainer. But we loved it. We wanted retainers.
Love it. I couldn't find. I was struggling to find things like that. I was like what came out in 1985? I was struggling to find stuff.
Yeah.
So I didn't find Squeeze-Its, but I did find 1985, the Super Mario Bros. Video game.
Ooh.
Super Mario Bros. Was my number 1. I'm sorry, Super Mario Bros. Is my number 5 1985 thing.
I love it.
It's pretty sick. I love Mario, I still love Mario to this day. It leads to Mario Kart. It leads to every Mario I've played. I don't know how many I've played over the years. Nintendo. I'm a Nintendo guy.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. Mario Bros. Tara, what's your number 4?
My number 4 is Back to the Future.
Back to the Future. Back to the Future is very good. It is.
That's maybe one of my like first favorite blockbustery type movies that I've seen.
Sure. I have it here in the mix. I'll leave it off my list because you said it.
Okay.
Also, I was trying to think of me at the time if I think these other things were bigger for me, and they were, or at least at some point in my life, bigger. I love Back to the Future. I actually think it's one of the best movies ever. I actually might like it more than some of the movies I'm going to name. But at the time, but in 1985, these things shaped my life more, in my opinion.
Okay, when you were 1.
No, but I mean, like when I was a kid.
I get it. I get it.
I think those things shaped my life more. My number 4 1985 thing was the man who could do anything with anything, get out of anything with anything, if that makes any sense. But the show MacGyver debuted
MacGyver.
in 1985. And when MacGyver was on TV, I thought it was the coolest thing in the world. Like this guy, like you would tune in weekly to see what thing he would come up with.
It became a verb to MacGyver something.
Yeah.
So
it was huge.
Big deal.
So I loved MacGyver.
Yeah.
There was a bunch of shows that debuted in 85, but that was the one that probably spoke to me the most. I think there's one that might make your list. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Did it? Okay, cool. What's your number 3?
My number 3 is
you don't know?
Nope, I have it. I just wasn't sure. The Golden Girls.
Okay. The Golden Girls.
The Golden Girls. It more so as an adult Golden Girls has meant more to me because I've started watching it more as I got older, and it freaking slaps every time. I still watch it till this day.
Which is
It's
funny because
on
I watched it a lot when I
Lifetime.
was a kid.
It's on Hallmark.
I watched it a
it's on
ton when I was a
something.
kid into my teens. But I
I
don't watch it
watched
at all. I don't watch it at all anymore.
I watched it when I was younger too, and then as I got older, I started watching it and was like, "Man, this was actually like super ahead of its time for things."
Sure.
And it kind of attacked some interesting topics
Yeah.
and topics even for an older generation, which a lot of times you didn't see that. So
Yeah.
I love it. It's hilarious. Great characters, great acting. They weren't even that old.
They weren't that old. How old were they?
They were in their 50s and 60s.
I think one of them was in their 70s, but hold on a second here. So my next one was I went with someone born in 1985.
Okay.
There were some decent people born in 85.
Yeah.
I
like
didn't
me.
Yeah, like you, but obviously I didn't
I know.
pick like
I know.
I didn't pick you.
It's
But
the
there was
rule.
like people like people I didn't care about, like Cristiano Ronaldo. Who cares?
Sure.
Jeffree Star's not a thing. Bruno Mars, I was actually surprised was that old.
I know.
Not that he's that old. Ashley Tisdale, Gal Gadot. Hopefully you didn't pick any of these people.
No, I didn't.
But there were some people in 85. But this might surprise you. I don't know. Oh, Trion Belisario.
I don't even know who that is.
She was on Pretty Little Liars. She was
Oh.
the one that was like I don't know, like the best, like a good student or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
She had, like,
Spencer.
Spencer. Yeah. So anyway, I don't know if this was actually really, this is like one of my, I like this actress quite a bit. And she's in a little movie called Pitch Perfect, and it's Anna Kendrick. I'm a big Anna Kendrick guy. Did you know that about me?
No, I'm not a big fan of her.
I know people don't like her. Every time I've seen something, it seems like she's a normal person, and I like her.
She's like has a weirdness
And
to her.
she has a what?
She just seems fakey to me.
I don't think so.
And she has a strange jaw.
Yeah, I like the way she looks. I think she's a pretty gal.
She is
I
pretty.
like the Pitch Perfect movies. I think she's a cool actress. Whenever I see her on stuff, she seems cool. So that's my famous person.
I thought you were gonna say Cody Rhodes, and I was like,
no,
yeah, Drew.
it's not Cody Rhodes.
Cody
I'm
Rhodes.
not a huge Cody Rhodes guy.
He was good.
Is she married? Anna Kendrick married?
I don't think so.
Cool.
My number 2 is Nintendo.
Nintendo. Did Nintendo come out in 85 as well?
Nintendo came out in 1985.
Oh wow.
I freaking love
wow.
Nintendo.
Nintendo's great.
Like you said, we're Nintendo people. We always had Nintendo. And I stopped after what was the second one? Super? I stopped after Super Nintendo.
Yeah, you didn't really play Nintendo 64.
I loved Nintendo and Super Nintendo. So spent a lot of times in the basement playing Nintendo.
A lot of times in the basement playing Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we played a lot of Nintendo growing up as kids. It was great.
And I remember one of our babysitters had Sega, and we would play that a little bit, but Nintendo was where it was at. But Sonic was fun.
Sonic was fun. I'm looking at something. What the fuck? I'll have to find it. Nothing. I'll figure it out in a second. My number 2. I'm on 2, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, I got a little distracted there because I was trying to find our next thing. My number 2. So it's hard. It was hard. But my number 2 is Teen Wolf. 1985's Teen Wolf is on my list of my favorite things from 1985. Loved Teen Wolf.
So good.
We talked about it in full on this before. Yeah. But I love Teen Wolf. That's my favorite 1985
movie.
Michael J. Fox movie. Just so we all know. Back to the Future is great. That was the thing. I couldn't pick 2 Michael J. Fox movies.
Yeah.
Maybe I should just pick Michael J. Fox for 1985.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it is. My number 2.
1985.
My number 2 is Michael J. Fox in 1985 because of Back to the Future and because of Teen Wolf. There we go. That's how
I like it. That
good,
works.
right? So Michael J. Fox.
Michael
Not
J.
because he
Fox.
was born in 85, but because he
ruled.
was 1985.
Yes.
He ruled it.
Yep.
What's your number one 1985 thing, T?
Sour Patch Kids.
Oh shit! Really?
Uh-huh.
Sour Patch Kids came out that year.
They did.
Dang, you found a lot of good stuff that I couldn't. I didn't find that stuff.
Yep.
I went over like five different sites. I didn't find anything good like that.
Sour Patch Kids were created in 1985, and they
Still
might
kicking,
be
putting
one
out
of
new
my.
flavors
They're
on the
one of my
regular.
favorite. They're one of my favorites for sure.
I love all the new stuff. I love the old stuff. Sour Patch
Mhm.
Kids, very consistent, very good.
Yep, I love them.
They're your or what do they rank on your candyality?
They could be number one.
Really?
Yes.
Pretty good.
Yes.
It's pretty real. I'm not anti that. It could be in my mix.
Like if it, because sometimes I want chocolate and sometimes I want
Sure.
candy, like sugary candy, and that's always going to be my sugar candy.
Right.
Sour Patch Kids.
The way I'm
Skittles,
seeing it-
forget about them.
You don't like
Starburst,
Skittles?
no thanks.
You don't like those two things?
They're
things are
fine.
delicious.
They're fine, but they're not Sour Patch Kids.
All right.
First they're sweet, then they're sour.
First they're
Nope.
sweet, then they're
First
sour.
they're sour, then they're sweet.
Then they're
And sometimes I think I'm kind of like a little Sour Patch Kid.
All right. You're all right. Yeah, maybe.
Mhm.
Yeah, you're pretty standoffish when you first meet somebody.
Yep.
My number one 1985 thing, Goonies.
Yeah.
Goonies is like, I love Goonies. Goonies shaped my life. Goonies is my favorite. Like, I reference Goonies a lot. I think about Goonies a lot still to this day. I love Goonies.
Yeah.
Sloth.
It
I
freaks
think
me
about
out.
Sloth. Huh?
It freaks me out when people that
Don't
are
like it?
that have never seen it that should have seen it,
Sure.
because we were born in 84 and 85,
Yeah.
so our parents had to introduce us to that because they knew that it was important.
Yep.
So
Her
these
brother, too.
parents,
It was on TV
that-
a lot too.
it still is, these parents that aren't introducing it to their children, they're really
dicks.
letting their kids down. And I mean, it's about friendship,
Yeah.
it's about poverty,
Class warfare.
class warfare.
Listen, it's still equally it's important. It makes sense. What's the word I'm looking for?
I
Not
don't
prevalent. It's equally, help me out, Tara. What's
I
the
don't know
word?
what you're trying to say.
Yeah, but context. You know what I'm
It's
trying to say.
Equally,
What? What is it? I love when you say I know what I'm trying to say. You do know what I'm trying to say.
I don't know the word.
It's equally what? Because you're as dumb as I am?
Yeah.
I've told
Words
you
to
this. You're the
sweet
college
me.
grad. You need to have the words for
I
me.
know. Words are so hard. I forget words all the time. Like the word shelf, forget it all the time.
Shelf.
Yeah, I'll be at work. I'll be like over here on the, and I'll be
Shelf. You
looking
can
at
even
a
use shelf
shelf.
and Wordle.
I'll be looking at a shelf and like, I don't know what that. I know what it is, but I can't say it. It's how my brain works.
Honorable mentions for 1985.
Cherry
Some things
Coke.
some cherry Coke.
Yeah.
Name all your. Dude, just do all yours quick.
I just had one cherry
Was
Coke.
it cherry Coke? I had so many.
Yeah.
I'll start off with movies that didn't make the cut that probably should have. Rocky IV. I love Rocky IV. Rocky IV was the tits. Follow That Bird was our childhood.
Oh, I love Follow That Bird.
1985,
I actually
Follow
bought
That
it
Bird.
one year, so I have it on Prime if you ever want to watch
I
it.
do want to watch it. Thank you very much. Music wise, like I said, it wasn't a great album year. I did pick a song I really love that came out that year. It was "Shout" by Tears for
Shout.
Fears.
Shout
Let
it
it
all
all out.
out. Come on. Yeah.
He nailed it.
Did I sing it wrong? I thought it was Shout It All Out.
It was just fine. You were close enough. But even the next part, you just kind of went fast. It might be "Shout It All Out." I don't know.
I don't
But
know.
anyway, Teen Wolf. I said, Jerry Rice was drafted in 1985.
Ooh.
Greatest receiver in history. I don't know. Michael Jordan won Rookie of the Year in 1985.
Well, it was the 1984
He won in
1985.
1985.
I know, but he was
I
a
didn't say
rookie
he was.
in
I didn't say he was drafted. Did you hear me say he was drafted in 1985? No, I said he won Rookie
No,
of the Year.
because
in
I saw it
1985.
too, and I'm like,
And then also the Super Bowl Shuffle came out in 1985.
oh, is that when the Bears win?
Mm-hmm. Bears in general, just the 1984-85 Bears Super Bowl Shuffle came out right before the Super Bowl, and
Was that Ditka?
Ditka was the coach. Yeah,
All right, cool.
Ditka was the coach.
Oh, there is one thing
What's
that I got on September 6th. Michael Jackson. That's my birthday, by the way. September 6th, 1985. Michael Jackson outbid Paul McCartney for publishing rights of the Beatles' music for
I didn't know
$47 million. That was
did
on my
know that.
birthday. And I didn't realize that Michael Jackson was the regular old Scooter Braun. I'm like, what?
Yeah, he was the original. Someone told him like, "Hey, you should buy
Yeah.
music," and he
And
did.
Paul was like, what? He
Yeah.
was not happy.
All right, Tara, emails.
Oh, can I say one more thing?
Jesus Christ.
One more thing.
Go.
One of the top names of 1985 was Topher. I've never met any Topher in my life. I
Topher
don't
Grace.
believe that. I never met him. He's one person. That was one of the top names. I don't believe it.
I don't either. Fuck, what happened here?
What?
Okay. So we had
Emails that we don't have anymore?
We had an email that's missing. Did I accidentally delete it?
Go to your trash.
I don't know how. No. It'll be deleted at 30 days. And it hasn't been 30 days because it's only been 3 weeks since we did this. Where was it at? Did it not come to this email and it went to some random email? Did it go to my email? Hold on. Hold on. Fuck. How long ago did we do that, Tara? When was our last pod?
It was the week before I went to Austin.
We didn't record this week. We didn't record this week. We didn't record this week.
I can't look at my phone. So
it came out on the 7th of November was our last one. So let me check one thing here quick. Because we had an email from a listener that had never sent an email before.
And you
I don't know where the fuck it went. I didn't delete shit. Tara, leave me alone.
Okay. It looks
first of all,
like
we only
you
got.
might have.
I didn't hit delete or anything because I put it aside.
Did you put it in a folder?
No, I don't know how to do that.
Then how'd you put it aside?
I didn't put it aside.
Well, then stop lying to our listeners because they know.
Hold on. I gotta see. Fuck. Tara.
Who was it from?
I don't remember their name.
Was it someone we don't know?
It was someone I don't know, but you know them. And they listened to the podcast, and it was a very kind email.
Was it Juan?
Who's Juan? Did you work with Juan?
Yeah.
It was probably Juan.
Oh.
But I can't find it. Damn it, Juan.
That.
Juan, if you still have it, you have to resend it to me. Juan's listening for sure. Juan says he listens and he likes it.
I love that.
Kids. Some things I remember. Juan has kids, and he hopes when they grow up, they're close like we are. He thinks about that. He listens to our podcast every week. He told us he thought it might be our last podcast. He said, don't. He said, I like it. So I hope you keep doing it because it's good. And that was from Juan. His name was Juan. He used to work with him. And he listens, right?
Yeah.
Is that what's going on?
Mm-hmm.
Well, sadly, I think I somehow lost the email.
Aww.
I honestly don't know what happened. I don't know if he emailed it. Maybe he sent it as a message. Maybe it was a message.
Yeah, check your Instagram because that's how he's replied to me on stuff.
Hold on. Maybe that's what it is. Guys in your messages. TikToks. That's probably what it was. Because I can't find it.
My guess is check Instagram.
I'm going to check Instagram. That's the only way I would have seen it.
Yeah.
Let me go to my chat on Instagram. Yeah, that's correct.
Oh, awesome.
Okay, so it isn't an email. So this is a direct message from us, which we will also read.
We'll accept those.
We'll accept those as well, I guess. All right. How's it going? I'm one of the podcast listeners you are not related to and you have never met. But he's honest. I know Tara. He says, I know your sister. We used to work together. Thought she was smart and funny. So when I saw y'all's podcast, I figured I would listen. He said he was bummed that he couldn't find us on Spotify this week. You've been part of my podcast routine. I'm raising 9-year-old and 7-year-old boy, so it's almost therapeutic to listen to your podcast. Hope that they like each other as much as you and your sister like each other when they grow up. Thanks for the laughs and hot
Oh.
takes. Thanks for the laughs and hot takes.
I
I
love
haven't listened
it.
to this week's episode yet, but I saw that it might be your last, so I figured I'd share. Cheers, he said, not cheese. I wish he
Cheese.
said cheese because he really would have known us really
Yes.
well. So thanks, Juan, for that.
Thanks, Juan.
Appreciate that. We were
That
off
was
for 3
awesome.
weeks. We got that from Juan. And we only got one other email, even though we were off
Who's
for
it
3
from?
weeks.
Who's it from? Mom?
It's from Trinity.
Trin?
It's from
Look at
Trinity.
that.
Genie's might have come out day of. Yeah, we already talked about it.
Yeah.
And Trin just said, are you celebrating 1985 for episode 85? So
Yep.
the answer is yes, we did. Regardless, there's a movie called The Last Dragon that came out in 1985, which I know I saw it when I was looking it up. And I'd heard of it. And it's my guess is to capitalize on the success of both The Karate Kid and Purple Rain from 1984. Barry Gordy from Motown produced it, and it's both karate and music and dancing in it. Also stars Prince's girlfriend at the time, Vanity.
Vanity.
I've never seen this, so
No.
we need to watch The Last Dragon, Tara. I don't know. We don't have to necessarily watch it for the pod, but I do want to watch it. Drew may have seen this, but perhaps you guys could do a Gleaming the Cube style. Oh, maybe because we both haven't seen it. Maybe he's right. Because Gleaming the Cube was fun because neither of us had seen it.
Yeah.
Promise you won't regret it. It's an epic classic. Also, fun fact: Lionel Richie beat out both Bruce and Prince for Album of the Year in 1984 Grammy.
Damn.
Also, live from a location, the wine bar we should do it live from location. The wine bar would probably be the easiest to get in, but you might get them shut down and/or mouth fired. What about you?
Maybe.
So yeah, we should do a live show.
Yeah.
Trying to figure that out still. Maybe for 100. We're not that far from it.
No, we're not.
1985. Next week's 1986. So that's our only 2 emails. Nothing really to talk about too much. We're back.
We're back. We're gonna
It's
try
going
to.
long as ever.
I know.
Long as ever. Terry, do you have any? We've had 3 weeks. Do you have any grievances for the 3 weeks?
Well, I just got one today
What's that?
while doing this. When people say something is the tits, I hate it. I hate it. I'm like, sleep. It's the tits.
What did I say
I'm
it
like,
about?
I don't even know, because when you said it, I was just like, oh.
I don't think I've ever called anything the tits before.
But people do it all the time, and
I know. I don't think the funny thing is when I said it, I was like, "You're an
it's
idiot."
the tits.
I knew it sounded terrible when I said
God,
it.
what the hell I think we were talking about something from
It was
1985.
from 1985. I said, it's the
Maybe
tits.
it was Cherry Coke. It was the tits. The tits.
No, I think I said it about Rocky 4, maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you
did say
did.
it.
You did. You said, I love Rocky 4. It's the tits. I'm like, ugh.
I don't disagree.
It just like,
I don't disagree.
hate it.
That's funny.
So that's a big grievance.
My grievance is driving around lately, and it's a car grievance. Driving in a car grievance. It's when you're driving and maybe somebody does something where they're stopped, maybe in the middle of the road,
yeah.
and not that person, because whatever it does. Sometimes it's annoying if they do something stupid, right?
Yeah.
But it's when there's maybe 6 or 7 cars behind them, and not the first car, the second car, but maybe like the 4th car is the one that's honking like a maniac.
Yeah.
Like they're the one that's gonna, like, that drives me insane. Like, you're not even the next guy. You're 4 people back. Like, what are you honking for? There was a guy that did it yesterday where it was so, fuck this driver. It was a UPS driver, and they were just stopping in the middle. There was even one where there was space to pull over and they didn't pull over. This guy was laying on the horn, right? But it was like, dude, you're right in front of me, bugging me. That guy doesn't even give a fuck because he's a loser. But he just kept stopping, and it's like, what are you doing, dude? But this guy's honking his horn, and then we go to the stop, and then it's a stop sign after that. So the UPS truck goes forward, then the next car goes forward, then the next, and then the next, and then the next. And then the UPS driver is almost to the next stop sign. And this guy starts honking his horn again and puts his hand out the window and flips the bird as he turns left.
Oh,
I was like, "What?
God.
Who are you even like
Oh
flipping
my
the bird? You
gosh.
fucking douche! You pussy! Like, oh, fuck you! A block away as I turn the other way. It's like, you moron!
It's so bad.
It was so weird. It's like my grievance is you're a dipshit. Sir.
Yeah.
So
I thought you were gonna say a a driving around problem and you're driving around and then like you get swampy butt and then like
No. Yeah, that's not fun. That's not a grievance. That's just life, baby. That's just how I live life. Right? You don't think I'm swamping right now? We're in this heavy onesie, sitting in this
I'm
room without the
sure.
fan really going. I'm hot
I'm
as
sure
I'm
you're-
hot as ass. My tits
You're
is sweating.
hot.
Did you have any hard hitting questions at all?
Let me see if there's any that are good.
It's 124. We can do one.
Let's see here.
It's our first time back. People had to listen to us in weeks. We'll give it to you. We'll give you what you're asking for. We'll give it to you real good, guys.
Oh boy.
Tara,
Okay.
give me a
These
question.
could be quick and fun and fast.
Do it.
So today is National Candle Day, which
Toxic.
you hate candles.
They're toxic.
They're toxic, and I wanted to know because I love candles and I love to burn them. So I
garbage.
want to know the top 3 things that I did when I lived with you that you hated.
Candle burning probably doesn't even make the list.
Really? You hated
Yeah,
it.
'cause you
I
didn't
was
do it.
nice and wouldn't do it.
Yeah, so I didn't
But
really
when I
think
would,
about I mean,
you would be like, "Were you burning candles?
It made me sick.
You're
It
burning
suffocated me.
candles, you little bitch."
It suffocated me. One was, and listen, I know we kind of had, I was garbage, you were dishes, and never dishwasher, and you just wouldn't do the dishwasher, so I just wouldn't do the garbage. There's no reason to go back on this. There's just no reason because we know it's pointless. We both feel the same way about the other person's thing, but
Yeah.
both of us would just let our own thing, like, fuck it, I'm not doing it, they're not doing it.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, not cleaning out the dishwasher we just had to have our system was stupid.
Yeah. We didn't have a good system.
So that was one.
Our system
two
was we're both lazy.
Yeah. Number 2, man, I don't know if I have a number 2. No, I know what number 1 is. Number 2 is you're just loud ass. You're just loud. You're a loudy. You know you're loud. We all say you're loud.
Whatever.
You're just like a loudy.
Okay.
You're annoying.
Okay.
But your number 1 is you'd have your shoes on all the time and you'd have them on furniture. Couldn't fucking stand it.
They were on furniture. They'd be hanging
Couldn't
off
stand
of
it.
furniture.
Couldn't stand it. I don't even like shoes in the like. I usually took my shoes off when I came in just because I wanted them off.
I just like having a shoe on.
Get a house slipper.
I have a house slipper, and you guys
Boom.
get pissed when I put those on the couch.
Well, because they were dirty. You're
no.
dirty. There's no reason for them to be on the couch.
It would be the same if I wore socks and then
No.
put my socks on. Why?
Because socks get cleaned on a regular basis.
But
Do
no,
they
because
not?
you're walking
Do they
around.
not?
They
How-
do, but
When's the
then,
last time you cleaned the bottom of your slippers?
but then then
Stepping
you're
in
walking
muck.
around in socks and.
But yeah, but it's not. But they're not building up.
Okay, fine.
Hey, I'm right. Anyway, yeah, I don't like. Oh, so we had company the other day. One person took their shoes off and socks off. Just were barefoot. Whatever. Not my thing. Don't be like I don't want to be barefoot in someone else's house. Just feels like
I get it because I don't like having just socks on.
okay. And then the other person had kept their shoes on, which was very clearly not our vibe.
Why didn't
'Cause
you
you
say
walk
take
up-
off your shoes?
Oh, it was because we were being. I wasn't here, and
Oh.
also it was someone was being nice, but
Oh,
not my thing. Shoes
Yeah.
off.
you
'Cause
can,
it's very
like you said,
clear-
you can get the
very
vibe
cl-
if it's a shoes
walk-
off kind of place.
All of our shoes are sitting at we have a shoe tower next to our front door, and our shoes are sitting on the floor. There's no shoes to be seen.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't like shoes, and Miranda likes even less than I do. She's actually got me better at even being because every once in a while I'll have mine in the house for like a second.
Mm-hmm.
Before I leave, I'll throw them on, but like I realize I got to grab a couple things, and she hates that. But I'm like, I gotta grab it. I'm not gonna take my shoes off again. Come on.
Right.
But definitely on the furniture. What's next?
Today is the first Sunday of Advent, and I was wondering what would be the
shit.
coolest thing you could get in an Advent calendar. Because you know how
Like a
now
different
they're
things
they're kind of doing
each day.
something.
Like
yeah,
what would be like a good one for 20?
Yeah.
How many days is it? We're at 25.
24.
You start on the first.
I don't know. I thought it was 24. Maybe it's 25.
You get to open it on this Christmas day, don't you?
I don't know.
Okay, well, like you've seen, like I've seen like chocolates, I've seen kitty treats, I've seen booze.
Yep. Makeup.
What would be something that'd be great? Make sure a million things, but what's something I would really dig?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe each day, and they get better and better as you go, or maybe they take a step back for a day and then jump up the next day. I would say maybe. I feel like they do things like cheese. Like I'd say like a nice cheese, but they do shit like that. That's not
Sure.
that cool. trying to think of something that'd be really sick. Like it has to be like a new video game every day, or a new movie, or a new record. Maybe a new record.
Ooh.
Maybe a new record, like a vinyl. Like obviously, you could say something crazy like, "Oh, you get a new car key that goes to a
Right,
car." I think
but-
that'd be the best, actually. But yeah, probably like a new record every single 25 straight days of Advent records albums.
Right, because it could be like literally anything.
Mhm.
It could be super old stuff. It could be new. It could be
Mhm.
different genres. I like
It's
that.
kind of like when Dad did Record of the Month Club for us for a year. That was a lot
Oh
of fun.
yeah.
New stuff, old stuff. It was fun.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So that's it.
It's Let's Hug Day. Name 3 people you'd like to get a hug from and why. Anybody.
That's a good question.
Thank you.
I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings though.
Well, it could be famous people.
But I don't care. I don't. Oh, maybe Anna Kendrick.
Oh god.
If I had to pick someone from 1985, that's who it would be.
Pick 3 people from 1985 that you want to hug from.
Oh, okay. I would pick.
We'll change it.
I'll pick Anna Kendrick.
Uh-huh. Why?
She'd be my number because I just want to hug her. She's cute.
She's little.
Yeah. Maybe. I'm looking. Dang, I don't know, man. There's not a bunch. Maybe Michael Phelps, just because he's like long.
Oh yeah, and like he would envelop you.
I just want to see with those long arms. Like, not everyone that hugs me can get a good wrap around my thick body. But guess who ain't gonna struggle with that? Michael Phelps.
And then you can feel like his nice lats and be like, "Wow, you're strong." I like that.
So, and then maybe Ashley Tisdale. Just because I like Ashley Tisdale. No, I lied. Raven Simone.
Oh, I love Raven.
I feel like Raven would give a heck of a hug.
I think she would too.
I feel like she'd give a dang good hug.
I'm putting her on my honorable mentions of 1985s. I love her.
I think Raven Simone would give me a real nice hug.
I like it.
Raven.
Anna.
She's number 1. Raven's 2.
And Michael Phelps.
Michael Phelps is number 3, just because I want those big, long arms around me.
And then last but not least, today's National Make a Gift Day. What's the coolest gift you've ever made someone?
Ever made someone? It's not, I don't know. Actually made?
Yeah.
Does it count as like a painting or something like that?
Painting, a biscuit,
I don't know. I don't
wooden
make a ton of gifts.
clothespin. Or
I'll probably say
paper
some of my
clothespin.
paint. I actually like my paintings a lot. So
Mm-hmm.
probably one of my, maybe trying to think of a painting that I gave someone on there as a gift for a holiday.
I know what one mom would say that is the coolest.
I would probably pick the one I gave Miranda a couple years back with Julia Roberts from Pretty Woman on it. I like that one. I thought that was pretty cool. It's her favorite movie. And she didn't know she was getting it, so I thought that was a good one.
Mm-hmm.
That's my answer.
My answer
What's the
was,
coolest thing you've ever made someone?
well, when I made mom that like 60th birthday present,
Oh, that's good.
she really liked it, and it ended up turning out pretty decent.
That's good, yeah. What would mom say?
I think your paintings, she thinks the one you gave Core for Hanukkah was cool.
Oh, yeah, that
She
was pretty
loves
cool.
that one.
That one is cool. The menorah one I made.
I got myself a menorah. I like it.
I know.
I got my whole little Hanukkah setup. I got a Hanukkah candle and a
We haven't
menorah.
decorated yet. I forgot. We'll probably decorate this coming week.
I'm going to
probably do
Grandma's tomorrow to help her decorate.
I'll probably do it this week. Miranda will help as much as she can. And we'll rock it. Christmas and Hanukkah are upon us.
I know. Hanukkah starts, I think, on the 7th?
9th, I think.
I think
Pretty
the
sure.
7th.
Pretty 9th to the 17th this year. Pretty positive.
I thought it was
Because
7th.
I have to deal with it. No?
Yeah, it is. The 7th through the 15th.
So what the fuck are we doing? I think we're celebrating on the 17th weekend.
Well,
All right, well there you go. Why am I thinking of the 9th then? What's on the 9th? Oh, that's when the finals, I believe, of the that's when the Vegas in-season tournament semifinals are in Vegas. So
it's
there
your
you go.
holiday. It's your holiday.
It's my holiday this year, baby. So yeah. Hey Tara,
Hey, Drew,
stay dry.
have a Tuesday.
Hey,
What?
You
What?
say why are you fucking with it?
Well, then I was going to say, then you would say have a Tuesday, then I would say dry. Let's just trying something new.
Well, I didn't know. We don't normally do that. So
Well,
I
I was going to see if you knew. I was going to see if
I
you were
didn't
having
know.
some telepathic moments.
No. Hey, Tara,
All right.
stay dry.
Hey, Drew, have a Tuesday.
Stay dry, Tara.
No, you have to say have a Tuesday.
I don't have to say anything. I tried something different. Hey, Tara, stay dry.
Hey, Drew, have a Tuesday.
Hey, Tara, stay dry.
Hey, Drew, stay dry.
Hey, Tara, have a Tuesday. You could have said have a Tuesday again. I didn't care.
I just was trying something new
Tara,
this time.
Tara, stay dry.
You stay dry.
And have a fucking Tuesday.
Have a Tuesday.
Tara, stay dry. Say what you said the first time. I'm fine with it. Stay dry.
Okay.
Hey, Tara, stay dry.
Say have a Tuesday.
Hey, Tara, stay dry.
Hey, stay dry.
I don't know. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Melon
Melon
fights.
fights.